Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. I have to get a little bit of height. That would be helpful. Good morning, good morning. Ooh, maybe I am live. Maybe I shouldn't be live. Hello, hello. Oh, no. Hey, good morning. I'm actually getting ready here. I hope everybody's having a great, blessed Monday morning. We have a great topic, and I'm waiting on Gene and everyone to come in. I think I am actually in Massachusetts. Two little happy people there for me, and we are going to be getting more. I hope that you're having a blessed Monday. Got a really cool topic and a very, very wonderful guest, Mr. Ken Gosnell, and I'm hoping that he'll be on here shortly. And we are going to be rocking and rolling here very, very soon here. So just kind of getting in. I think I am in master control here today. So I'm logging in. I may actually end up logging in on my computer too, but I hope everybody's having a good day. And this is going to be pretty awesome. So anyway, I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. I was very, very busy. I'm getting ready for a big show here on May 20th here. We're actually doing a benefit fundraiser with the Pomona Valley Food Bank with Pastor Espinosa. He's been around for over probably almost 40 years, feeding the needy within multiple communities of Pomona and Pomona, California, that is. And we are just rock and rolling. So it has been a beautiful time. I have one guest. Oh, invite guest. Okay. And I'm going to invite guest can stream. Okay.
Good morning.
And then, hey, good morning. You there?
Are you already live?
Am I live? I think I might be. Actually, for some weird reason, I am live. Should I not be live? Maybe I'm a little early.
You're a little early.
I am a little early. Should I close? Should I end?
No, because then we're going to have to redo this whole thing and those links won't work.
Right. Okay. So let's keep everything live.
Yeah. So just keep going, keep talking to the audience, and you get everybody in here, and we'll fly this bird.
Okay. Well, listen, Ken Gosnell, and I sent this link. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I don't think I sent him this link, but I sent Ken the regular show link. So Mr. Ken Gosnell from the CEO Experience, an incredible man. I'm like flabbergasted that I was able to get such a wonderful guest simply because we had our show topic, and I started thinking. I had another dear friend, Mr. Dan Pettigrew, and he's a dear Christian friend and business friend, business partner of mine. And we are oftentimes talking about how do we do business by way of godly standards. I mean, I tell you, hey there's Nina.
Yeah. Hey, Rodney.
Nina, we're live already.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Boy, I tell you, I hit the live button. I said, I think I need to come in, and boy, presto changeo, here we are. So we're awfully early, but I have a wonderful guest that is supposed to be coming in. And his name is Mr. Ken Gosnell, Gosnel. And Ken Gosnell is the founder and creator of the CEO Experience. And so a very nice guest. I'm hoping that he'll be on here shortly. And
He will be.
I was just doing,
Early.
yeah.
He's probably doesn't know that we're early this morning. He probably just doesn't know we're early this morning. Okay.
Yeah, I told him to pop in. Let me see. I see. Everything's been going great. Been having a good morning. I'm actually going to send Ken a message and let him know that we are live and we're waiting for him. It's like big drum roll because, the very topic of today. Huh?
Go ahead. I was going to wait to ask you more about him until the show started because I didn't want anybody to miss his introduction.
Of course, I don't want to steal his thunder. That's why I'm definitely going to text him because I could not do this gentleman's, justice because he is such a wonderful, wonderful man. And, the show topic was just perfect for what we're looking at today. And I don't want to even throw the show topic yet until I have him on because it is perfect. And again, I was hoping to have a dear colleague of mine, Dan Pettigrew, on, but Dan, I'll definitely have him on too because he is a dynamo. And I've worked with Dan for almost 10 years or more. And he really walks the line when it comes down to business and keeping, the godly perspective about how to do business. And I mean, we've taken a lot of losses. We've made some wins too, but we've had a lot of losses because we had to do the right thing.
Right.
So Dan's very conscientious, and we've had another radio show, and Dan, because he worked at a major broadcast company, Dan's like, oh, we didn't run that at the exact time. And Dan is like, he is checking all of our air times and everything like that. And if it's off by a couple of minutes, I'm so sorry. He sends an email. I'm like, Dan, I don't think they noticed there was a commercial. And Dan's like, no, we got to let them know. I was like, wow, Dan. I'm like, okay, well, but it's good having a business partner like that. I'm more creative. He's more the operations guy. So I'm like, great. So
you got to appreciate your sense of integrity, because
of course.
even if you take some losses, okay, we just lost Rodney, but I'm sure he's coming back. He's probably trying to get his feedback. But integrity in business, even if you take some losses, in the end, good morning, AC. In the end, you win because you have gained the trust of people.
I'm here. Sorry.
You're with Hey, Rod. Yeah, you're there. I was just seeing an AC joined us in the comments this morning. So I said to AC.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss AC. I see AC on. That's awesome.
And Jacqueline is on here too.
And Jacqueline, hey, good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning. We have a lot of really great people. And Yurik's here. Good morning. That's what it's all about, having, great followers out there who watch the show. And we really appreciate every last one of you because it's important. We want to kick the week off right and have a good time and actually come away from the morning with a really fresh perspective on starting out the week. And of course, it's always great being on with Nina. It's always great being on with you. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I was actually in Phoenix this weekend for a conference with my business. It was fabulous. It was just fabulous. Love seeing.
Awesome.
There are so many people in my business who are there because they care. They care about people.
Wow. Yeah. Understood.
So just to get to be in that vibe, all weekend long is tremendous. It was wonderful. We had some great speakers. Are you familiar with
Mhm.
John Gordon? You know who John Gordon is?
I've heard that name. Please tell me more about him.
He's a motivational speaker and author. He wrote the book The Coffee Bean and The Energy Bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
best
right, right.
books, right? And so he spoke with us, and it
Uh-huh.
was fabulous. I really, really loved it. There's so much I'd love to share with y'all about that in the coming weeks.
Wow.
But what I was saying before, when you had to hop off and come back in, you had made
Yeah.
a comment about your friend that
Uh-huh.
suffered some losses
Dan.
in business because of his integrity in the business.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I thought, yeah, but you may lose, um, some money, you may lose some clients, but in the
Yeah.
end, you win because your integrity tells people they can trust you to do what you're going to say you're going to do.
That's exactly it. And I mean, that's golden. I mean, trust is golden when it comes down to business and when people see that you're doing your best. And that's what it's all about. We want people to understand that that's the way to properly do business. And sometimes, you can't get by on, just saying, oh, well, nobody's going to know and we can fudge it here and there. So integrity is a huge thing. It
Yeah.
really, really is.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
so, yeah, and I'm happy to have him on. I'm hoping Ken will be, and I'm telling you what, if Ken does not come on this morning show, which I think he should because he confirmed with me, I'll tell you this, he's definitely going to be on because he is a dynamo at what he does. And I want it to be the perfect show, as every show that we do. We always have fun. But yeah, I mean, it looks like summertime is here. They were talking about the super bloom that's happening from space because of all the wonderful rain that we got here in Southern California. The hills are blooming and my allergies are reflecting it. So I have been sneezing like crazy, but what can you do?
Yeah.
You got beautiful flowers, but I think the allergy season is going to probably be pretty tough. So I will be doing a lot of sneezing, I guess, probably. Hopefully not, but I'm trying to be better. And I know I've heard some really wonderful people saying certain things that you can take organically, taking herbs and things like that help you kind of get ahead of the sniffles and stuff like that. So that's good.
Well, anything you can do to boost your immune system that,
Yeah.
Will really help you a lot. And some people don't realize that your immune system starts in your gut.
Yes, that's right. You know about that. That's right. You do. You were talking about that. A little while ago.
It's an amazing thing how God made us, that what we eat and what we don't eat, if you don't eat the fruits and vegetables, but you do eat the sugar or lots of fats, that sort of thing, it actually makes your gut unhealthy. But your gut is the basis for a strong immune system. So if your gut's unhealthy, your immune system is not healthy. You might find yourself getting more. Pardon me?
I said, are you saying my gut is unhealthy? Maybe, hey, I might need to talk to you, seeing how we definitely need to be as healthy as possible. That's for sure. And yes, that's right. She is a smart girl. That's what they're saying.
Thanks,
and yeah. For sure. And that's what the show's all about. Any information that we can give, and we don't want to be hypothetical or any way. We want our people out there to know that we're trying to give you the best of information. And that is what This Way Network is all about. And so, yes, definitely, Nina, we definitely want to hear about your fantastic, and Yerk says, Nina can fix you. Okay. Thank you.
I don't know about that.
Well, hey, you're getting endorsements in. Apparently it must be some truth to this thing.
Oh, yeah. One thing that I love about these conferences, we're always getting the latest information. So the latest research and so forth, the stuff we haven't heard before. I heard something very sobering during this conference. This is the first generation. Our children are the first
Uh-huh.
generation in many, many decades that are predicted to not outlive their parents.
Wow. Well, we definitely want to hopefully change that narrative. It sounds like,
Absolutely. I think that's what we all came home with from the conference is, oh my
wow,
goodness, we've got to turn this around. But the same day that they told us that at the conference, I had seen a news report, and I
uh-huh.
don't remember who it was. There was a certain organization or group that tracks population trends. Okay. So
Oh,
they track,
wow.
in different countries all over the world, they're tracking to see is their
Uh-huh.
population going up, going down? Is there a trend in this? Which way it's going? They predicted that the population in the United States would drop by 70% by the
Ooh.
year 2050.
That's a very serious thing. And I mean, I'm starting to notice a lot of, as we all know, oh, Ken. Okay.
Yay.
Okay, Ken. Oh, I just got a wonderful message from Mr. Ken Gosnell from the CEO Experience. Ken said, can we reschedule another time? So he's a very important guy, but do not worry, do not fret. I am going to make sure that we bring him on. We're going to do this thing like presto chango, just perfect, because his words of knowledge are very, very important, especially for what, the topic is. And matter of fact, we can jump into the topic, which is the topic of the day, is how to actually do business and still keep a Christian perspective of how you're going about your business. Pretty incredible, topic. And, again, just like your business, Nina, you have a why. Why do you do it? Because, you're doing something that has a purpose of actually trying to help people. And with those type of staggering statistics, it seems that it is tracking true because, and the sad thing about it is, I remember growing up as a kid having pets. Sadly, yeah. I mean, we had pets that, sadly kind of bit the dust because they were hit by a car or something like that. That was one thing. But have you noticed? I've got friends and they're saying, oh, my dog has epilepsy. Oh, my dog has diabetes. I was like, how did your dog get diabetes? I was like, I had dogs when I was a kid. I never saw my dog having any problems. I mean, they grew old. I mean, my sister had a cat, a Siamese cat that lived so long her teeth fell out. Literally. I mean, she lost her front fang. And I was like, have you ever seen a cat live so long they lose a front fang? I'm like, come on, seriously? But now it's so sad because and people are so attached to their pets, and they, and Jacqueline was saying our lives are decreasing because we never get time. That's right. We never get downtime. A lot of people are busy, cell phones, all this other crazy stuff. People are interrupting us. We do need to get our rest. That is so, so true.
I love Jacqueline's, her prescription there is we need to have a front porch and human contact.
Boy, I tell you.
Remember when people used to sit on their front porches? That's one of my happy memories in childhood. And it wasn't the old people that sat. Everybody sat on the front porch in the evenings, around dusk when it was getting cool, and we would all sit together and just to be together as a family. The kids would run out in the yard and catch bugs in jars and, let them go later and stuff like that. But that's where my grandparents would tell stories to us. And, everybody was just resting together.
Right.
The end of the day, and having that time together before we all went to bed, eventually got our baths and so forth. And yes, Carrie, we have to add good nutrition to that also. You are absolutely
right.
Because you know what? We're not getting enough good nutrition. So even with the wide variety that we have in the produce department today, most of it is shipped from somewhere else, which means picked when it wasn't ripe. And
Uh-huh.
that means not all the nutrition is there yet. And then by the time it gets to you, 2 or 3 days at least
Yep.
before it's shipped to you, by then it's lost a lot of its nutritional value. And on top of that,
Right.
they gas it then to make it
You
turn that
know,
lovely color that's going to make you want it.
Nina, I remember I grew up in Long Beach, California. I mean, we're in the middle of the city, literally. And my mom, when I was a little boy growing up, we had a garden in the backyard. I mean, my mom, we had fresh tomatoes, we had onion, we
Yeah.
had everything, that was right there for us. And the whole thing is mom seriously used this stuff. It wasn't like she just grew it just for having a green thumb. And I remember my mom had maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 or 12 tomato plants. She had a row of onion. We had what do you call it? Cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, and then my mom would can like crazy. After all of this stuff came in and grew in, mom would literally can, and she started canning like crazy. And it was really wonderful to watch how she did that. And she would take the jars and she'd put them in the pressure cooker and put the water. And I mean, I'm a guy, most of the time guys didn't stand there and watch their mom cook, but I was always like, Mom, what are you going to do? Because it looked like a science experiment, literally.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
like, Rodney, I'm canning. I'm like, why are you putting the jars inside the pot? She's like, I have to heat them up. And I was like, really? And I was like,
Yeah.
it's mind blowing. Young people, listen to your mother and your grandfather and your grandmothers, or whoever's cooking and doing certain life skill things. Please make sure that you gravitate to that and really lock on, because that information is golden. It is going to be good for your health. It'll save you money. It'll give you a definite skill set, because I mean, like my mom, she could cook and do all types of wonderful things. And it was so nice to see, the end result. And so mom, she was so happy whenever she prepared meals using things that came out of our garden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
it did taste so much better. And that's, really, even if you can't have a garden, maybe you live in an apartment, and even if you have a deck, you can probably have some pots out there. You can get yourself a tower garden like I have.
That's
and
right.
grow
That's
indoors.
right.
Yeah. Maybe one day
Yeah.
we'll do a show and I'll show you my tower garden, have it in the background.
Wow.
But, yeah, that would be exciting. But hey, Blue,
And
glad you're here
yeah,
too.
Blue.
So,
Blue's on.
but the thing is, even if you can't do that, almost everyone can buy local, because there's someone
Right.
else who's out there, just outside of your city, who's growing things, selling things at their farmer's market. Your business would mean the world to them.
Uh-huh.
And the good nutrition that you're getting from them, because a lot of times they picked it that day and they're selling it that day. So you
Right.
get it when
Right.
it's already ripe. You're getting it right away. The nutritional value has not spoiled in the shipping and so forth. And
You're
you're getting great tasting food as well.
you're certainly right. You're
Yeah.
certainly right.
Yeah. So find you, and especially if you can find you someone who's farming organically, so you don't have all the
Right.
pesticides and herbicides, in
Yeah.
there too. That's so, so valuable to your health. So important, because
Yes. And
your health is just like everything else. Whatever you put into you, that's
right.
what's going to be showing up in the way you feel, and the way you look, and the way you move.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And,
Yeah.
of course, I'm starting to dig in and learn a lot about turmeric and how that actually helps you for inflammation and things like that. Thank goodness I don't have too much, but I am starting to realize as I get older, I start to realize, I'm like, well, wow, I am starting to feel a little more, you feel a little more stiff in the morning. And I'm like, wow, you got to make sure you get this stuff rolling.
Yeah, because here's the other thing. It's not just because you're getting old. We tend
Right.
to go, well, that just happens
That's
to
right.
people when they get old. Well, it
Right.
doesn't
Right.
say, but it's because as you get older, Your body doesn't
Right.
metabolize things the same. So
That's
since
right.
it doesn't metabolize thing, you're not able to get as much of the nutrition out of your food. Now, if the nutrition in your
Wow.
food is already poor, then
Right.
imagine what that's doing to you when your body then can't even make, efficient use of what you are
Right.
getting. So
That's
the
right.
more good nutrition you can put in there, the better for you
Right.
as you get older. And it will really help with all those aches and pains too.
Well, again, there are so many things that we can get into about that, but I do want to let the viewers out there know I'm going to be bringing on a very special guest. Again, his name is Mr. Ken Gosnell, and I was doing a little research last night, and his whole push is being able to really incorporate into your business great steps and principles to run your business and keep a godly perspective when you're doing it. And so he actually has 12 major steps. And just one of them is this is the number one, always take the second step beyond the sale, beyond the presentation, that service, that understanding about your client or your customer, very serious. I mean, and his comments was, go a little further, always do more than anticipated or expected. Surprise others by paying attention to the little things that others don't. Be different. And so I cannot wait. I'm telling you, viewers, you're not going to want to miss the show. I'm definitely going to make sure that hopefully maybe I can try to plan him for next week and make sure that I get him on. If we don't already have somebody, do we have anybody, Nina, next week yet? Do we have anybody
that I'm aware of? No.
Okay.
No.
Muy fantastico. What we're going to do is I'm going to really try to push, if his schedule is clear, to try to get him on next Monday. Next Monday, This Way Network. We're going to kind of plug him in right. We're going to make sure that we really promote him, because this is a good show. I'm excited about this because he's a pretty big guy, and we want to have people of his caliber because it's a good fit. Apparently he's traveling all around the world doing conferences and things like that, and he was very, very gracious to respond back to me as I reached out. And so I'm just looking here at his notes, and I'm like, honestly, this is the truth. Being a business owner, I have a DBA, I have an incorporation. I also have my own nonprofit, the Rippey Foundation. I didn't tell you that, did I? Did I tell you that?
No.
That's right. I now have the Rippey Foundation. I'm in the process of formulating my foundation. I've always wanted to have my own foundation because, a lot of times you go through life and you go, well, why didn't somebody do something? Man, if I could, somebody should do something. And I started thinking about that. And I said, you know what, Rodney, that somebody's going to be you. And I said, that's exactly. And I said, stop. I'm going to stop with all of the somebody should have done something about that. I'm excited about it. And the purpose of the Rippey Foundation, I will affect change with senior citizens, the youth, by STEM education, homelessness, people who have some very serious problems. I'm excited about it because I know such a huge collection of people, and I want to be able to tap in and have the type of services that are going to really cut through the red tape. One of the things that's in my, I guess my bylaws is speed and access to assistance. When you have a problem, you don't need a lot of stalling around. You have a problem. And so the best way is really to ramp up the intake process, properly assess what the problem is, and get to the services, get to the help, because that's what people need.
I love
people need help.
Love
yes.
that. Now, Rodney, I want you to promise me something. If you're going to start planning these shows like this, I want one show to be all about your foundation.
I promise you. Well, like I said, I want to have a big lunch. It's going to be big. And when I say big, I want it to be big. I want to put my flag in the ground. There's a lot of wonderful organizations. I've been a part of many great organizations, and I have learned a little bit about each and every one. And I said, you know what? I like how they ran that. I like how they executed that. I like how they took care of these things. And I want to be able to have the best of the best of information out there. There's a lot of times there's information, and I have to say, I'm being very honest about this. I feel very blessed because some of these ideas literally are being downloaded to me in dreams. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm just telling you. And I'm serious. I've had several things that come to me, and honestly, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just like, wow. And I'll jump up and I literally have to bound out of bed, grab a pen, and just start writing. So I think these are divine bits.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
so too. I think God is giving you things. So
I
and that's
am
all
going
the more
to
reason I
receive
want
it.
to hear about it. I want all the details from start to finish, how it began, how you first got the
Yep.
ideas, what God's been telling you all along, and what's happening now. And then when
Right.
you launch, what is going to be happening? How is this going to affect your community and maybe the whole country and the rest of the world?
Oh yeah. There's something that already has a national service footprint that I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be fun. It's going to make a difference. I guarantee you, because the network of people that I will work with and have access to is going to be incredible. So, and we appreciate all of our viewers out there and the people who pop in, and it's going to be big news. I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to make sure of it. And I want it to be not just news, but I really want there to be a lot of success stories. I like to see those success stories. I think that's going to make me happier more so than anything, is being a part of those success stories and seeing people turn things around. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. So
I can't believe
how are things?
We're already out of time. I said, I can't believe it, but we're already out of time.
Well, do not fret, everybody. Remember, you're watching This Way Network. You're on with Nina. It's me, Rodney, and we're going to be back next week. We're going to have a very special guest, so I'm going to start working on that. And Nina, I'll let you close it out.
I just wanted to tell y'all, especially y'all that joined us in the comments this morning, we actually started a little early this morning.
You did a little bit early.
Yeah, just a tiny bit early this morning.
Yeah.
So that's why but we want to hit that 30-minute mark. So that's why we're ending a tiny bit early this morning too. And I'm especially sorry if some of y'all were missing things. But we're glad you're here with us, and we hope you'll be back next Monday. And y'all be of good courage, because God is with us and we are not alone.
Yep.